Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to today's Bitcoin update for Saturday, 2nd of July. And I just want to say that Bitcoin is doing something really, really good right here. This is really positive, and that's going to be holding the golden ratio. Okay, so right now, before we get super bearish all the way to 10K, even though, yes, there's a pattern that actually does take it to $10,000. That has yet to be seen. Bitcoin is really doing an amazing job of holding the golden ratio 0.618, and this is simple. Okay, you take the bottom there to this impulsive move to the upside. Now you move higher, you came down impulsively, and the correction is down to the 0.618. So basically what I can say is, yes, you actually broke the right shoulder here. That's going to be a big resistance moving forward, and I'm going to talk about that as well. Okay, so now that we cannot ignore that one as well. But based on the fib settings, okay, hold the golden ratio, you're still not looking to go down as long as you hold it. Okay, so if right now you are still looking to actually kind of like hold this level for the weekends as well, then potentially, you never really know. The patterns keep changing every single day. They might end up making something different. This can also be a very big sideways movement like this, and then you start to go to the upside before you go to the downside, right, in the near future. So what I can say about this is that, let's say you actually move sideways until Monday. Possibly you go sideways like just like that one until Monday comes in. You're moving sideways just like that on the golden ratio. You just hold the golden ratio like that one, and then you start to pump and move to the upside. That would be amazing, but I highly doubt. Today's Saturday. We still have some problem on the Saturday, and weekends cannot be really trusted easily. But if you just get out of the weekends at this level, then I highly doubt you're gonna dump to the downside during the Mondays as well. So there's a possibility that you don't really dump starting from the weekdays. Okay, so the weekdays can actually be green before you go down, and it actually does make sense to go green before you go down. And maybe July, instead of us having that big red massive candle, you might end up making a small green candle before going to the downside, right? So what I mean by this is, when you made the 3 black rows right over there, you actually moved a little bit higher before you went to the downside. So maybe again you make 3 black rows in this month alone, you just move a little bit higher and then you drop to the downside. It's possible. By the way, it's really possible because 25K, 26K are levels that you never really back tested. Okay, this line right over here, this last previous high right over there, is something that you really never tested. Maybe just tested go down, it's possible. But if you just get super bearish and you start to capitulate, you go for the capitulation scenario, then that's it. Then you're going to look for just boom, you drop really massively to the downside very quickly, take all the stop loss, go to the upside. Something like this is also possible. Now let's go back into the 4-hour time frame there. I want to actually zoom this one right there, like this one. Yeah, so we got a little bit of a bearish pattern as well, and that's some sort of a descending triangle, and that's why I do say Saturdays still always have a problem with it. So yes, you're holding the golden ratio, but based on the patterns, you are having the some sort of a descending triangle here, or I don't know, it's almost like a falling wedge, almost nearly a falling wedge. If it actually turns out to be a falling wedge, then you're looking for this one to actually pop up to $19,921, okay, which it hasn't really popped out of, but I highly doubt it's this is almost like a descending triangle to me, guys. It doesn't have enough pattern to make it a falling wedge though. So if this is really a descending triangle and you break it to the downside, then you're coming all the way down today to $18,285. And if you just keep on holding this level, then that's it. You're going to shoot a little bit higher to 19,989. It's all about breaking this level. You're really reaching the end of the apex. You have 30 more minutes to open up the new candlestick. So in 30 minutes, if the next candlestick starts to go red, then that's probably going to actually take Bitcoin all the way down to 18,000 potentially. And then Sunday can also go all the way down, and the continuation just continues all the way to the downside. And by the way, just as I mentioned about the fib retracements, what I'm going to do is again take the bottom here to the top right there, and you can see that, yeah, if you do start to lose the golden ratio, then it makes more sense to retrace all the way down to 15,421. So let's see how the weekend really plays out. I'm really interested to see the weekend scenario, so because the weekend scenario is really gonna give all that clue and idea what's gonna happen next. All right, new weekly is about to start. So more probably the downtrend is way more possible than an uptrend right now. In the next one day, you see you've already invalidated a bullish reversal candlestick, which is actually a spinning top, and you've taken out the low. So to me, the chances of going high is less than the chances of going to the downside, because on a weekly time frame, you're getting all the hints and the clues right now that it's possible that you don't just go higher, you actually go lower. And one more thing is that 15K is a pending target as well. So I just want to look at this weekly, a bearish rectangle. So from there to there, it's like a technical target was never really met. So if you actually look at it that way, there's a little bit of a down drop pending, and that's going to be up to 16,974. So who knows? This weekend, today and tomorrow, you actually drop all the way down to $16,900, and then you continue. The monthly, I'm just going to give you a refresher. The monthly still also has a very bad pattern, and that's going to be the double top. So first top, second top, and did I just make a McDonald's logo right there? I guess. Yeah, so if you take out the wicks as well, if you actually consider the wicks, so we are moving really low, like from there to there, and this technical target hasn't come just yet, and that's going to be even nearly $12,000, $13,000, and that's where this level really is. That's where you have this big support over there. So that's going to be that right over here. Do you see that? Amazing, right? So 10K is also something that I talked about yesterday. So let me actually also talk about the $10,000. The reason to talk about the $10,000 is because I think if you really want to go to that $9,000 and $10,000, maybe it could be a very quick wick, right? Really big, huge wick, and then you quickly close to the upside to go back up. Something like this, okay? Make that big wick, and then you go higher. And this is like I'm just really giving you that idea that wicks are not bad when you want to invest something. So probably that wick is what you want to buy, because anytime you made the wick, you actually went back up with full speed. So make a wick, go back up. Make a wick, go back up. So this is not as capitulation, you just go down, capitulate very quickly, and then you move higher. This is like a big red monster wick to take stop losses. Basically, it's just a stop loss hunt, or maybe liquidate people and then take the stop losses, liquidate the people. And it does make sense because Bitcoin likes to do that thing very often, takes people's stop losses out and then go to the moon. And that's it for today's update, guys. The weekend is here, so it's actually dangerous to trade during the weekends. Let's get over the weekends, and we're going to see what happens in the next coming few days, and I'm going to see you the next one. Allah Hafiz.